Now, there are a lot of former cabinet members. Mike Pence declined to endorse. Then you have people like Nikki Haley and Bill Barr, who are either endorsing him or say that they would probably vote for him, despite being very critical in ways that, there is a difference between saying, I disagree with some of these policies, and saying this person's fundamentally unfit for office, but I might vote for them. How do you explain that there are people that are very smart, Nikki Haley and Bill Barr are very smart people, that watched the first Trump term on the inside, have described it as very dangerous, but are still saying, well, we might vote for him in 2024?
It's power. I think it's power is just one of the most enticing things that we, have in society. I mean, Caitlin Collins, to her credit, CNN interviewed Bill Barr and asked about an anecdote that I had shared about a meeting he and I were both in the Oval Office, where Trump straight up said a staffer who leaked a story should be executed. And Bill Barr kind of danced, said, I don't recall that specific instance, but there were others where he talked about executing people. And I'm like, how you rationalize that is a person fit in sound judgment to be president of the United States. But I think they're reading the tea leaves. They know there's a very real chance he's going to be president again. And there's not a lot of glory or victory in being right, but being on the wrong side of Trump. I think that's ultimately what it comes down to. I really wanted to root for Nikki Haley. I think it was pathetic that she turned around and endorsed him. I think she knows better. I wish that there were more people out there, but I do think it's notable. I mentioned Pence, but every living former standard bearer for the GOP, so everyone who's been on a GOP presidential ticket, with the exception of Sarah Palin, is not backing Donald Trump. Mitt Romney, Paul Ryan, Dan Quayle, presumably George Bush, Mike Pence, everyone that we entrusted who'd risen to the level of seriousness that they could see themselves in the Oval says, oh, no, this guy should not be in the Oval.
Yeah. Has it been frustrating that the Republican Party seems to be incapable from moving on from Trump?
It's deeply
Is that an understatement?
Deeply frustrating. And by the way, one more thing I did want to say on criticisms that people like me face that I think many of them are valid. The Republican Party's also fundamentally changed. So I feel like I've moderated on some things, but the core things I believed in are still there. And then I'm sitting here losing my damn mind because apparently we suddenly don't support aid for Ukraine and we're okay with Russia taking more land and we're not going to support NATO if they don't pay their fair share. Fundamentals, TikTok, Donald Trump's betrayal on TikTok purely based on money that he's going to get for his campaign is one of the most blatantly corrupt things I've ever seen. And we're all just he's totally tough on China. This won't have repercussions for decades to come.